Good morning, CG. I'm Nolan.
And I'm Dylan.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for Friday, February 3rd.
Senior Isabel Felke was accepted into Johnson & Wales University, but received a surprise visit from a university representative in her food theory class. Genevieve Konajewski takes a closer look.
Senior Isabel Felke, who is a student largely interested in the culinary arts, recently received a visit from a Johnson & Wales University representative who awarded her a full-ride scholarship to the university.
I knew something was up when I saw my parents walk in, and I was like, that's weird. And my friends came in before too, and so I knew that they were going to come into the class. I didn't know why, but I knew that they were going to be in there. And they were all really supportive, and it was just a really special moment. All of my advisors were there, all the people that have helped me get this far were all there, and it was just really special for them to be there and a part of it, and I really appreciate all of them.
The university will offer her a path into her career.
Yeah, so I'm going to do baking and pastry arts, and then I'm going to try to get a degree in culinary arts as well, because the classes kind of like merge, so I can do both at the same time. And then there's a entrepreneurship course there that is focused on culinary and baking and pastry arts, and so I'm going to do that as well so that I can someday open a bakery and have all the business and management experience as well.
Chef Greer, who has worked alongside Felke both inside and outside of the classroom, has been like a mentor.
So Izzy is a very accomplished student. She's very dedicated. She knows what it takes to be a really good student chef. It's a lot of hard work and dedication. She's a state officer for Skills USA and the president of the state officers for Skills USA for the state of Indiana. She's represented us down in Atlanta at Skills USA National Leadership Conference. She's represented us in Washington, D.C., talking to national leaders of why we need to keep money in Perkins grant funding and why we need to keep funding Career Tech Ed, aka CTE.
Using her experience in this new opportunity, Felke is aiming high for her career in the culinary arts.
Thanks, Genevieve.
Lunar New Year is a holiday celebrated by several cultures. The Chinese Club celebrated that holiday last week. Kate Strunk and Marzier Workman have the story.
The Chinese Language and Culture Club recently celebrated the Lunar New Year. However, many students are unaware the club focuses on more than just popular East Asian holidays.
So Chinese Club is a language and culture club where we experience different parts of Chinese culture together. So we've done activities like pop culture, so we watched movies and shows and stuff like that. We've made food, we did dumplings last year, and we're probably planning on doing another food meeting soon. We've celebrated holidays, just recently we celebrated Lunar New Year, and we've also done arts and crafts.
So for the last couple of years we've kind of met and we just do like crafts, and we look at certain aspects of Chinese culture. So we'll focus on like dance, or we'll focus on martial arts, or we'll focus on the Lunar New Year, or we'll focus on like crafts and paintings and things like that.
Cascaden's main focus of the club is to help students gain a better appreciation of a culture they may not know much about through different hands-on activities.
The club helps people better understand Chinese culture through our activities. So we like to inform while we're also having fun. So last year when we had our dumpling meeting, our Chinese teacher and sponsor, Sha Lao Shi, she was showing us the recipe and giving us tips and tricks on like the traditional Chinese way. So it wasn't just some like recipe offline. Another way we help them is through like the arts and crafts. We're teaching them about like what we're doing. So with like the paper lanterns we made, those are part of Lunar New Year, and we're teaching the significance of them.
Workman and Cascaden both believe students should have the opportunity to explore other cultures in a way that is both fun and educational.
I hope it gives people the opportunity to learn about something they didn't think they would learn about, and I hope it gives them the chance to say like, wow, like this is really cool, I didn't know about this. And I hope every meeting they leave, they have something that they can take away from the meeting, and just something that opens their world's view, because I think that's really, really important for people. I think they need to have, a wider world view, and I hope my club can help give that.
I think that different cultures are sometimes overlooked here in CG, and I think that this club helps like bridge the gap, and It's just fun to experience and have these new learning activities.
The club's next meeting will be Friday, February 10th after school in room 342.
Thanks, guys.
The girls' basketball team is preparing to compete against Bloomington North and Mooresville in their upcoming sectional games on Friday and Saturday. Ben Baranco brings you the preview.
The road to a sectional championship is one filled with challenges Center Grove haven't yet faced this season.
Okay, so we played new teams this year, and we haven't played them in the regular season, so it would be different with our scouting and everything, and those teams haven't scouted us yet either.
I think one of our disadvantages is that we haven't played them, and we don't really know what to expect other than watching film. But advantages is too that we get to play new teams and not teams that we play all season.
The team hasn't won a sectional championship since 2019, so the players are especially hungry for a win.
It makes us all very hungry for winning a sectional, and especially with all of the seniors we have this year. We all really want to win for our seniors, and I mean obviously for ourselves too, but I think with having no one have won a sectional, I think it's making us we're willing to put in that extra work, the extra hours, and to hopefully win it.
Even though the Trojans haven't matched up with 17-6 Bloomington North or 18-6 Mooresville, they're still preparing for those games.
We definitely are just going to have to bring it even more since we haven't played them. We don't really know what to expect. We're just going to scout like we normally do, have matchups, and just treat it like another game.
They run the same sort of offenses of teams that we've already played in the regular season, so we're just continuing to take care of the small things that wins the games, like rebounding and defense, so it's not really anything different.
Come support your Trojans tonight at Bloomington North.
Thanks, Ben.
While many students are familiar with the sideline cheer squad, not many know that we have a competitive cheer team as well. The group is going to compete in nationals next week. Emma Watson has the story on the team.
While many people only know the Center Grove cheer team from the fields and courts of CG games, the team is not limited to sporting events.
Competitive cheerleading is where you take what you see on the sidelines at football and basketball games and you put it into different routines that you take to a ton of different competitions to compete against other high school teams.
Competitive cheerleading is where we go out and we compete against other big teams that we see in other sports, and we compete our two different routines. We have our traditional routine and we have our game day routine. Our game day routine is more like our band chant, fight song, sideline, and a cheer. And then our traditional routine is where we display our difficult stunts, tumbling, and jumps.
The cheer team practices their routines all year to prepare for competitions that take place across the country.
The difference between competitive cheer and sideline cheer is that we put all of our hard work and dedication into our two routines. We practice these routines since summer, and we go out and we compete and try to get a bid for nationals, which we go to Disney for, and it's basically like the Super Bowl of cheerleading.
I think the main difference is that in competitive cheerleading, you have a set routine that you do the whole entire year, and it has aspects of football and basketball, like sideline cheerleading, but it's a lot different when you kind of know the two. So I think it's a lot more pressure than sideline.
Competitive cheer is a rigorous sport judging elements based on a complex formula of skill, technique, and performance.
Cheer is a lot different from other sports because we don't get a timeout or a halftime and have to go back and go fix something. We have to do it in our 2 minutes and 30 seconds without stopping. And we have to keep a smile on our face the whole time. We have to keep all of our energy up the whole time. And we start from 100 points at the beginning of the routine, and they display all of our points from our difficulty, how hard our stunts are, how hard our tumbling is, and they deduct points on a stunt fall or tumbling fall.
While it can be a challenge, team members have a special reason they enjoy the sport and their team.
My favorite part about competitive cheer is the competitive nature that we all share on the team. We all bond and share the same want to win, and everyone drives each other to do their best and try their best on every routine that we do.
My favorite part about cheering is the bonds that you make with your team and the feeling that you have when you hit a routine or when you win. Just to share it with all of your teammates is just one of the best feelings ever.
The cheer team will travel to Disney World for nationals starting February 10th.
Thanks, Emma. There will be an article available on Trojaneer.com for more information about the team.
That's all we have for you today, CG.
Bye.